Hello, I'm Debra Pascali-Bonaro, and I thank you for joining me here in what I call our Birth Your Dream Mastermind. And if you've received this invitation to be here with me today or to watch this after, then you're following along in my birth business e-news. And many of you know me. My message has been so much about respectful care, human rights in childbirth, and orgasmic birth, giving a new language to positively prepare for birth and to experience birth in all that it offers: body, mind, spirit, sexuality. And I've been doing this, should I tell, it's been a lot longer than some people guess, but more than 30 years now. And it truly came out of my passion for birth. As so many people that work in birth, we all have a connection that called us to it, that changed our life. And that began when I was birthing my own children. But if you've been really following me, you know that began when I was a child, being inspired by the stories of my great-grandmother, my grandmother, and my mother. Well, as I was working in birth, first as a childbirth educator and then a doula before I even knew what a doula was, and then being a part of the beginning of the doula movement on the very first board of DONA International, and then literally having a dream in my sleep to make this film that ended up being Orgasmic Birth, the Best Kept Secret, and co-authoring the book Orgasmic Birth with dear friend and midwife Elizabeth Davis. And so many more opportunities have just constantly come in my path. And people often ask me, did I really sit down like 30 years ago with a business plan? No. Each of these things kind of unfolded and kept allowing me to go deeper as I really trusted the message that I was learning from so many people and being able to articulate back out into the world. But 5 years ago, my message was always in person, and I still feel blessed to travel the world and offer retreats and workshops and be with people. But of course, in these last years, so much has changed with access to internet, like how you're joining me here today, virtually being together. And so I really knew that I wanted to do a new way of bringing my message out, but I didn't know how. And that's when I love it, when I call it serendipity. But I don't believe there are coincidences in life, only incidences for which we are blessed. And all of a sudden, someone sent me a note and said, check out Marie Forleo's free videos. I think you'll learn a lot from them. And I was busy and didn't really want to spend a lot of time on the business side of it. I didn't kind of think of business in a positive way around birth. I think there's been a lot of conditioning, and I don't know if you share that with me, but sometimes business and marketing and birth are kind of like the bad words. We do what we do out of a love and passion, and yet many of us don't have a business background and really struggle. How do we ethically earn an income so that we can take our message further? So the first email came in and I deleted it. Second was a personal note from someone that, I love your message, but you're not reaching all the people that need to hear it. Could you check this out? It might have some good ideas for you to spread your message further. And again, I was really busy and kind of like clicked over, watched 1 minute and just was like, I don't have time. And it was a personal phone call number 3, or, the universe coming at me 3 times that said, Debra, I think you could so benefit from learning some business skills. And what she said really resonated, because in childbirth, I always say to people, you don't know what you don't know. And what you don't know sometimes actually can be a problem for you and your baby. And as educators, we're all about giving you a full understanding of all your choices, and then you can best make the choices that are best for you, for your safety and well-being and your baby's safety and well-being. Well, here I was teaching that in childbirth, but when it came to business, I had my head in the sand and didn't know what I didn't know and wasn't willing to really take that time and explore. So that third phone call really, boom, hit me on the head. And I really began watching Marie's 3 videos and really made me think outside the box I had built around marketing. It was no longer a bad word. I love, if you've been watching the videos, how Marie's philosophy is so much about giving back. Her way of marketing with kindness, with compassion, with honesty, with truth, and creating a business and a message that we each love and feel good in, but also serves not only the people in our tribe or our circle, whatever we call our group, but also has a give back to a broader community so that people that might not be able to access our services, we can give back in other ways. So her pillars, and if you've watched her first 6 pillars or the current video, the 13 keys, I hope you're finding lots of little nuggets that are starting to really call in and resonate with you, maybe even defining marketing or business in different ways. So this was really an amazing moment for me. And even though those videos gave me so many nuggets, and I hope at the very least, if you're watching this today, watch the 3 videos. They're only available for a short time, and there's so much to learn just in them. So if you never go beyond that, you've got some foundational principles to at least reflect on in what you're doing. But if you're like me, I still was undecided. Maybe it's being a birth worker. I'm used to doing things very spontaneously. And so I waited literally till the 11th hour. The cart was closing because B-School is only open once a year. And just as it was closing at like 11 p.m., when it was closing at midnight, I sat at my computer and kind of did, should I, shouldn't I? And I really made my list of excuses. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the money. I wasn't really ready. And as Marie said, sometimes you just have to go before you're ready. Build it and they shall come. And I had a magnet, I still love it, that basically says sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. And one of 2 things will happen. You'll find that there's actually solid ground for you to land in, or you'll grow your wings. And I thought, isn't that what I often ask people in birth? As much as we can prepare for childbirth, it's really bringing that confidence, that belief in ourselves. So when labor begins, they can take that leap of faith and really dive into whatever labor and birth invites for them and their baby. And I thought, I need to push through my fears on this, and I did. And no regrets looking back. If you're here, you've probably been following our e-news and our nuggets, our Facebook and our Instagram accounts. And 5 years ago, really just opened this world to me of how can I ethically bring my voice out and not only still do in-person workshops and retreats that I love, but connect to so many other people that I otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to be with. And also learn that by compensating me for my time, then I can do even more to bring my message further and wider, and also give back and offer so many other opportunities to other people along the way. So I wanted to share a little bit of my story, hoping that you'll share more of your story. I'd really love to hear where you are on watching Marie's videos, and in the chat, I'll just pop in if you don't have our link there. Let me see if I can get it. I am a proud affiliate, so it's important to give that note that by being a partner with Marie now, I do receive a fee for any registration if you sign up for me. But what I do offer you for that is we have a Birth Your Dream team. And we have now, I think, over 40 of us that have gone through B-School together over the years. Some people 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year, and we're looking for more of you to join us. We have quarterly and sometimes more masterminds where we actually share what our joys are as well as our challenges, so we can support each other through B School. Since we do it every year, it's a lifetime membership. Every year I love to go through it again, and I look at life often as a spiral. And so often you're same things happening, but you're in a different place on the spiral. So the way you look at it shifts. And for me, that's what happens with B School every year. I go in with a new intention. Sometimes it's a new product, or maybe it's just a revising something I'm doing that I feel I haven't done my best or I want to do in a new way. And that opportunity to go through it again with a group, with the collective energy, really helps me. So our Birth Your Dream team, for those that want to, we go through it again every year together. But it doesn't just end. B School's an 8-week class that there's momentum and real community around. But our Birth Your Dream team mastermind is also lifetime. And so the rest of the year, we're still chatting. We actually just started a private WhatsApp group to see if that might not even be a better way to communicate and really stay active. And I love it. This morning in WhatsApp, one of our Birth Your Dream team posted, she's got a new website ready and did a really nice shout out to say, look what, she's really proud of what she created. And we could all chime in and also support each other, so that as we're launching products and building in different ways, we have a core to not only say, I like that image and not that, if you're trying to decide between two and want feedback from people in the birth world, but also just to be there and share, because we all have those days that things are going great, and it's life. We all have challenges, whether it's in business or personally, and we've really become a great sharing community for each other in every single way. So when you join B School through my affiliate link, that is the only way to get into our permanent lifetime Birth Your Dreams team, so that we can work together in supporting you and supporting each other. So I would love if anyone has comments or questions, feel free. There's a chat box you can type into, and I'd be happy to hear. If you want to open a microphone up or a video, I'd be happy to chat if you have particular comments or feedback on either Marie's videos or anything I just shared about my personal journey with B School and our Birth Your Dream team. And for those, and I know so many of you couldn't join at the time of this recording and you're watching it later, feel free to respond to the email that this link is housed in, and we will get back to you and certainly answer your questions. I hope that you're in our Birth Dreams mailing list. So if you are on my general orgasmic birth or pain to power mailing list, you can subscribe specifically to my birth business list. And not only do I share B School, but throughout the year, there are many other nuggets of tips that I've used that have really enhanced my birth business. But I think one of my biggest is that when we really travel together with others that also want to build their business, we learn so much by lifting each other higher. And when you get into our Birth Your Dream team, you'll see some major names in birth. And it's been fun to watch everybody really grow their business together, because when we are doing it together and using the model that Marie creates, her pillars, her keys, they are foundational. And what you're getting on the outside is a taste. So much more to come if you actually join B School. And those of us that have done it, you are definitely seeing the people that are rocking the birth business. Many of them have the foundation of B School. Well, I thank you for joining me. Many of you live, some of you virtual after the fact. And I really do hope to hear from you and hope to see you inside B-School. And please know, watch out, upcoming are some live webinars with Marie herself. And that is a great opportunity to ask her directly specific questions about B-School. And of course, B-School is always there. Once you're signed up for their videos, you'll be getting their emails, and you can always reach out. They have an amazing supportive team that's there to answer your questions about B-School. Wherever you are in the world, I wish you a very blessed day. Bye.